morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the living world of darkness. Rage across New York. Habakkuk finds himself laying in wait in the North Woods on the eve of the first day of spring, the last day of winter. He knows that Too Bright, the Black Fury Philodox, who came to help them with the Glen, has been frequenting this area. And if he stays long enough, sure enough, right around lunchtime, in the North Woods, he spots her padding through. She has her head kind of cocked to one side like she's listening, and her footsteps are very quiet.
Avika just kind of watches inside. It's not like he's hiding in the bushes or necessarily. Well, he's kind of hiding in the trees. He's just kind of sitting atop the trees, a little
Okay.
tired, just waiting for his quarry to come by. He notices her and just kind of watches her from to see if she does anything else.
Mm-hmm. She's just walking through, listening, watching, paying attention to the birds, to the sounds of traffic.
And after a few moments, Havika will call out and say, "You're acting like you're looking for something."
She looks up and studies him, grins. Am I?
"Hmm, You are looking very alert."
There's something wrong with that?
Typically, that means you're not very comfortable.
No, I just like to stay alert.
Hmm, And he'll kind of lazily kind of fall out of the tree, but land on his feet and dust himself off a little bit. Said, "You are the new arrival that I've been hearing a bit about from the others. For the Glen, right?"
All good things, I hope.
Mm-hmm. Uh, as far as I know, big thing is your Black Fury, which they haven't been too common around here.
Not too common. Your beta's a Black Fury.
That's one out of 20 of us.
Well, it's the one that counts, right? I'm kidding, I'm kidding. No, you're right, though. There's not a lot of us around here.
You
It's
seem to
part of the
have,
problem.
hmm, but you seem to have territory. So even if your influence, even your physical influence isn't high, you got control over the city.
It hasn't always been this few of us.
I'm not the one to brag. There's only me and a few others that are part of the Actina tribe.
She nods.
And I'll cease my typical rudeness and he'll straighten up and say, "On brother's judgment. So, member of the Actina tribe, Philodox, fostering of the nation."
Nice to meet you. I'm Too Bright. Black Fury Philodox. Foster. This is a lot of city. It's not. This much city isn't usually Fury territory, you know?
Well, if we're going to go with stereotypes, then yeah, this place is covered in Weaver stuff all over. And what's left that's not Weaver, it's worm tainted.
You don't like the stereotypes, huh?
Mm, that's just what we. Unfortunately, that's the thing that we typically only go off of.
You're
But
not wrong.
while you're already breaking one, you're talking to me.
She kind of leans back and eyeballs him. I don't think we're known for being untalkative. Uncooperative, maybe.
You hear about the
I've
horror
been
stories.
called that before.
Mm. Well, I've been called uncooperative, but I feel that's more of a personal problem for me.
Is it a point of pride or just a bad habit?
Eh, mainly had a bad habit, but I don't feel bad about it.
That's fair. So you just sitting around in the trees?
Yep, I was waiting on you.
Oh. Well, I hope I didn't keep you waiting.
Mm, I pretty much scheduled my day to try to talk to you, so no, you're fine.
She nods, glances around, and just kind of drops into a crouch. The kind of crouch that you can sit in for a long time without getting uncomfortable.
I am curious. Why not send kinfolk to deal with the Glen? Why send a Garu about it?
To deal with a Glen?
Yeah, the Glen.
Well, it's not a Glen anymore.
Well, not physically. Spiritually, still there.
No. No, just the memory. Kinfolk can. What's the word I want? Maintain? But a kinfolk couldn't do what I want to do.
What are you trying to do?
Bring it back.
That's gonna be nigh impossible. It's covered in concrete.
Well, it's covered in concrete on this side. But the wild is a beast of change.
That's true. And I wouldn't be against something being more wild in the city. Not too many spots if you want to go to a place.
She nods. So, just a little bit of impossible. We'll figure it out.
Oh, spiritually, Zelda and me and a few others are going to try to keep it maintained. To improve this situation, you might have seen the little hearth in the middle of the sept. I plan on putting one in that area. I want somebody to build something for me.
She kind of cocks her head sideways. Sounds like a dangerous idea if it's a Glen for real.
The fire won't burn the Glen down.
That's not what I'm worried about.
Hmm?
You want to put a wild place that close to a tended fire? A place that is known for spontaneity.
What matters is the spirits feel comfortable there. Because once they feel comfortable, they'll be more inclined to be there. And especially for the wild spirits, they may be more inspired to be themselves.
She kind of studies him. There's a lot of different kinds of spirits. I guess you want some to be comfortable there, but not all of them.
Well, the fire doesn't discriminate, which I do appreciate.
That's the danger, right?
I don't know. I haven't heard of it affecting worm spirits positively.
That's not what I mean.
Hmm.
I was thinking of the weaver myself. The
Why?
worm, y'all are bound to keep the worm out. Some of you seem a little cozy with the weaver, too. No offense.
No reason not to. Grandfather Stone or Grandmother Stone has a lot of things it can teach us, but it's not my master like the Glasswalkers. Just another avenue to do what I need to do.
Well, just so long as you don't let it do what you need it to do in my Glen.
Well, if Zelda did what Zelda did, it should be perfectly fine now.
It's not a glen yet. It's
No.
just a place
Yes,
with
but
some very important spirits.
the spiders are gone, which is already going to make it that much easier to deal with.
Gone for now. But you're talking about inviting them back. Gonna light a big bonfire. It says, come on back. It's comfy here. Yeah?
I think the Weaver is not big. Is not a thing that's against compromise.
Oh, I beg to differ.
Well, then we'll do what we always do as Garu. We kill the things we don't like.
She shrugs.
Said, said, I'm not in tune with the wild specifically, and I'm assuming your tribe has maybe more ways that make sure only the wild spirits feel comfortable there, but my people don't.
A glen's not for doing right, Sin. There's no need. A sacred fire is a stable thing.
I'll take your advice on it. It's not like I own the place.
Until there's a glen there, it won't hurt anything to have it there, as long as you're willing to tend it. But I might ask you to extinguish it before we give it a go.
That's doable.
She nods.
Outside of the glen, what else are you planning on doing here?
That's it. That's all I'm here for.
That's even odder that you want to be more attached to the Scepter of the Green. Why not just simply wish for safe passage here?
Attached? What do you mean?
Yeah, you're involved with the meetings that we've had recently.
Mm.
Not saying that you can't be there, but that shows some level of commitment.
No. I just sat in. Wanted to get a feel for what y'all are like. I realize that an outsider coming in to advise on this situation might not be taken kindly. Folks can get territorial, you know?
Judgment will nod to that. And excuse me for my assumption, then.
No need. No offense taken. I wish I could say that I was here to join your merry band and we could all be friends, but that's not my duty to Gaia.
And I am curious of your title. Too bright. How'd you get it?
Wasn't a compliment, really. I'm not a Galliard, but once upon a time, I was asked to make a choice. Choice between, well, that's up for debate. I guess you could say a choice between punishment and mercy. Some called it justice. I disagreed. I made my choice. I fought for my choice. I made it again. They said that I thought everything was too sunny, too bright.
Well, you'll have something in common to our master of challenges then. He's more optimistic than I am.
Oh, that's good to know. That'll be useful if I have to assert my dominance over this glen.
I highly doubt anybody's going to challenge you for it. Outside, maybe with Silver Tusk, but they'll probably really just do that to annoy you. They don't want it.
That's good to know. Zelda looked fairly territorial over it.
Well, she made a spirit deal. She has an attachment to it now.
She nods. I'm not too worried. It'll be fine.
Likewise. Should be easy enough.
She grins. That's what I like to hear. Easy enough. We just have to go into the Umbra, find the glen, and convince it to move back across the Umbra. Just because it hasn't been done before doesn't mean it can't be.
So judgment will nod to that. So, well, I've asked you at least a dozen or so questions. You got anything for me?
Yeah, why are you here?
Oh, I interrogate every new person that comes to the Sept.
No, I mean in New York. Like,
Oh, that. I was sent here due to punishment originally.
ouch. Really? We have a lot in common.
Hmm.
And so you stayed?
I didn't know where else to go. I don't have any family in America. I don't have any family on the mainland. I do back in Hawaii.
She nods. Never been to Hawaii.
It's a nice place.
It sounds nice. Well, I shouldn't say that. I should say it sounds beautiful.
It's a beautiful place. Clear waters. Typically nice weather. The worst you really have to worry about is the people.
She nods. People can be a lot.
Yeah. A lot of times, typically, it's people is the problem.
She nods again. Amen to that.
But ever since that particular little incident, I've been here, gaining my training, and at least trying to make a spot for myself in this place. That's not
How's
much.
it going?
Yeah. As far as I can tell right now, I'm the guy you talk to if you want to make an impression on somebody.
Really?
I have a way with words.
Nice work if you can get it.
If not, at least establishes a proper baseline when dealing with me and the people that I associate with.
Seems good.
Oh, that depends on who you talk to. I say the common opinion is Havik is nice until you get him angry.
And then?
And then he's a genocidal maniac that wants to kill people's dogs, which is
Ooh, that's That's quite a flip from the whole nice thing.
Oh, they're not wrong. But that particular incident was very personal to me.
Well, seems like there's been a lot going on here. Still, genocide. Genocide is... I've known some Uktena interested in genocide, but they mostly kept it to themselves for obvious reasons.
Yeah, I would assume it's less that they want to be honest about it. It's more, oh no, we won't just storm their cities and villages with a group of our kinfolk and our number. No, we'll just poison the water supply or convince the game just not to stick around and starve out the people.
Not many places left where you can starve out the people by driving off the game. The harder part's keeping the game in.
Yeah, a lot easier back in the old days.
I wasn't around for that. She grins.
Me neither, but I've read some books and I've heard some tales.
I've heard some tales. I'm not much of a settler. Here, there, wherever. Can't imagine living in New York, waking up every day to all this noise. But I guess somebody's got to do it, so...
And the world's a big place. New York's just one piece of it.
True.
So, I don't know if I want to stay here for the rest of my life, but there's a lot to do here, so I stick around.
Seems like it. Seems like there's a lot to do. I'm glad it's somebody else's problem.
Let's see.
So where's your deed name from?
Uktena gave it to me.
Really? Fancy.
In the bayous of Florida, there's a sept with an actual temple that connects a place to one of its brood. He appeared to me and gave me the task to forgive somebody.
That's no easy thing.
No, not especially for what he did.
Oh?
He was a taker.
A taker?
Yeah.
Is that a technical term?
What does the word taker bring to mind when you put that onto a person?
A thief?
It goes more than that. Takers aren't thieves. Typically, take more physical things. Takers take about everything they can, whether it's your peace, your money, your land, your mate. They just take. And that person was a grade A taker.
Are you trying to tell me he stole your girl?
He tried to do more than that.
You want me to keep asking, or you want me to leave that story alone? You seem a little reluctant.
I try not to be too crass when I tell it. Not everybody likes hearing the gritty details, so I try to keep it PG. I believe that's the term people use.
It's been a long time since anybody accused me of being a delicate flower.
I don't like them accusing you, just doing a general assumption just to be polite. But he felt he was the biggest fish in the pond and he chose to take everything he ever wanted. But he wasn't ready for me to be mad and retaliate about what he tried to take from me. But the problem was, he was my brother. And you're not supposed to kill your brother.
Kill. Whew. You and the killing, sir. Seems like there's a lot of that in your approach to the world. Should I be worried?
Well, in comparison to others, my body count is actually very low. But there are a lot of attempts.
A lot of attempts to kill others.
Yep. Never actually get to do it, though.
Well, I don't really know where that puts you on the moral scale, but
Well, that depends. Through my perspective, those people deserve to die.
well, you're a Philodox.
Just because I have that perspective doesn't mean it's true. I think we both know that.
She grins. No, you're probably right.
But yeah. In our confrontation, had my first change, took his left eye. We got separated for about a week. And my father sent me off to America to get some, to cool my head and to get some proper training away from my brother.
How'd that go?
Yeah, it was weird. In a place that I'd never been before. Cultures I never really interacted with.
She nods.
Sad. I obviously stuck out. Sad. But after a while, I said, I got skills, so that meant I was useful and dependable. And then when I finally had my rite of passage, Lieutenant came to me and told me to forgive my brother despite what he did. I failed it the first time.
Interesting.
It was interesting, though, when I failed it the first time. My father said that good old Grandfather Thunder doesn't care about forgiveness. He would gladly take me in. I have the skills and the gumption, as he said.
Your father tried to convince you to join the Shadow Lords? Ouch.
I was the favored son now. My brother got caught doing more taking from other people and got banished from our original sept.
Wait, if you were the favored son, why did he want you to join the Shadow Lords? Why not keep you in the family?
Because my father's a Shadow Lord.
Oh. Huh. Interesting.
My mother was a kinfolk, or is a kinfolk of Lieutenant. The marriage arrangement was it's not weird. If anything, it's more mercantile than anything.
Interesting. I'd expect it of a Shadow Lord, less from an Uktena.
But I didn't want to join the Shadow Lords. At the time, well, even now, I thought it was more of a weird cop out. Our relationship with the village in general was not very good. My father was at least, I don't know, approachable, though he was hard. He never treated me poorly,
Hmm.
but the others did.
The Shadowlord village, yeah?
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, Shadowlords are going to treat everybody poorly.
You're living with one right now. She that bad?
She grins. No, she's great.
Yeah.
I'm hard to scare off. Did that sound ungrateful? I probably came off as pretty ungrateful.
Well, she'll never know. She's not here.
That's good to know. Appreciate Nooktenna who can keep his mouth shut. Keeping my mouth shut's never been real a skill of mine.
I don't know. People keep complaining about me not telling them things, so I try to be better at being open when I need to be open.
She nods. People don't say that about me very often.
Mm.
I say what's on my mind.
That can be a double-edged sword. Excuse me.
Yeah, it can.
But my way is no safer, so.
It's not the word I was expecting. Safer?
Well, some people don't like talking because they think that's a safer option, and it's only safer when it doesn't matter.
Hmm. So you're in? You're gonna try and help us get this Glen back?
That's the plan.
You're willing to risk your life?
Didn't know it was going to be so dangerous, but since being Garo basically means you risk your life every day, how's this any different?
Grim. That's very grim of you. Do you really think that, or you just talk that way?
Is that untrue?
No. No, but, there's things worth dying for, and there's things you don't have to do.
Well, I would agree with that statement. Doesn't change the fact of the matter is we are hunted down by a plethora of things, and we're literally outnumbered 1 to 200 every day.
We?
Garo in general.
Versus.
The mortals, then the leeches, then the witches and shamans, then the changeling things, and the list goes on.
She shrugs. Not all of them are our enemies. Outnumbered is relative.
Well, we can just have a brood inside a city and take it over like those leeches can, I'll put that in mind.
If you say so. I have no desire to be like the leeches in any way I can think of.
They apparently get things done, but can't say much. Never actually met one.
Well, even an idiot can get things done. Whether or not they get the right things done is the question.
But that's just a question to another question to another question. Big old rabbit hole.
You're right. I'm not big on rabbit holes.
Mm. Well, they'd be great if they actually ended.
A real rabbit hole does.
Yeah, that's why that metaphor's so terrible.
Well, did you find out what you wanted to find out from me?
Mm. Well, seems, at least for now, that you're not going to betray us. So that makes things easier.
Ah, I was at the meeting. You were worried I might go back to this, what's his name? This Vasily. Don't worry, he doesn't have anything to offer me.
He doesn't typically offer, he typically threatens.
Well, that would not end well for him.
That's what the Silver Test said, and then they got devastated. As I appreciate your ferocity in the situation, you have a lot of resources and a lot of power, and he isn't young. He's been around for a while.
Duly noted. I will not take it for granted that there's a giant asshole out there who likes to use people.
That he does. But he has conviction, so he is a threat.
She nods. No offense, but it's not my problem. If he becomes my problem, I'll check in. That's not what I'm here for. Seems like y'all got it handled.
That's fair. And just don't do anything that would get in our way, and we'll be fine.
Don't worry. I'm here to take care of this Glen. As long as we're on the same page. We're on the same page. It'll be great.
Then let's make sure we're still on the same page then.
Yeah.
And let's see. Outside of that, I don't think I have any major questions.
She nods. Well, when I'm ready to start hunting through the Umbra, I'll come find you.
I'm typically available.
If you are attracting spirits to Athens Park, keep the wild spirits out of there.
Hmm.
I want to stock it with... Sorry, did she say wild spirits? Keep the Weaver spirits out of there. I want to stock the place with wild spirits. Give the Glen something to come home to.
Man, we'll see what I can do.
Appreciate it.
Well, I won't keep you here any longer.
She nods and grins and stands up, pulls herself to her feet, kind of wiggles her toes in the soil. Have a good day, Brother's Judgment.
You too, Too Bright.
Will do. And she gives him one last look and then heads off in the direction she was going originally.
As she leaves, Havika kind of moves around to a mayo. What's the word I'm looking for? An area that seems to kind of carry a bit of water. Begins kind of looking at the water a bit intently, but he doesn't cross over. He just seems to be lost in thought. But then he kind of shakes his head, getting back to the reality. And with that, he'll look over to New York, across the river, and again another moment of thought. And He will then look back to the water intently and cross over. And with that, thank you players for playing. Thank you watchers for watching. Have a good morning, evening, or night.